All right, if you're an investor, you know the feeling, right? Just absolutely drowning in research. Well, today we're going to show you how to use some really simple AI tools to cut right through all that noise, find the signal, and, well, completely change how you research stocks.
I mean, we've all been there. Seriously. You've got these long quarterly earnings calls, a nonstop fire hose of news, and these super dense financial reports just piling up. It's like, who has the time to actually process all of that? It's just classic information overload, and yeah, it feels totally impossible to keep up with.
But what if I told you there's a way to get all that heavy lifting done for you? And here's the best part, without writing a single line of code. No way, right? Well, that solution is already here, and it's a super accessible way to, just completely supercharge your research.
Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to talk about your no-code AI assistant. Basically, how to get yourself a powerful research analyst for free. And no, this isn't about some complex, expensive software. It's about using tools you probably already mess with to create your own personal research assistant. One that, works 24/7. And did I mention it's free? So what exactly is this assistant? Think of any of those big language models, like ChatGPT or Gemini. That's it. You just give it data, say a transcript from an earnings call or a bunch of news articles, and it spits back exactly what you need. We're talking clear summaries, sharp analysis, organized comparisons, and the best part, zero programming required.
All right, so how do we actually put this thing to work? I'm going to walk you through 3, let's call them power plays. These are simple, automated steps you can start using, like today, to make your whole research process so much smoother.
Okay, here they are, our 3 game changers. First, we're going to summarize those long earnings calls. Second, we'll analyze news sentiment to see what the buzz is. And third, we're going to compare competitors head to head. These are going to save you so much time. Let's jump into the first one.
Okay, power play number 1. Instantly summarize earnings calls. You know how these things are? They can drag on for an hour, just packed with jargon. So instead of suffering through it, all you have to do is grab the transcript. They're almost always available online right after the call ends. Then, it's this easy. You literally just paste that transcript into your AI tool and give it this prompt right here. And see how specific it is? By telling it exactly what to look for, revenue, margins, future outlook, you're forcing it to pull out only the most valuable nuggets of information. And poof! In seconds, you get a clean, concise summary. All of the signal, none of the noise. It's awesome. All right, moving on to power play number 2. Getting a quick snapshot of market sentiment. I mean, you've got to know if the general chatter around a stock is good or bad, right? But reading like dozens of news articles to figure that out, that's a massive time sink. And this is another place where your AI assistant is just brilliant. In the process, it couldn't be simpler. You just copy and paste a handful of recent articles. You know what? You could probably even just use the headlines, and then ask the AI this exact question. Just like that, in a few seconds, you get a totally objective temperature check on the market's mood. And this is what you get back. Instead of just a vague gut feeling, you get a clear, quantifiable breakdown. 60% positive, 25 neutral, 15 negative. The AI is literally taking a fuzzy subjective concept like market mood and turning it into simple, actionable data you can actually use. And now for our final power play. And this one tackles what might be one of the most tedious research tasks of all, competitive analysis. I mean, knowing how a company stacks up against its rivals is absolutely key, but man, manually building those comparison tables, it is slow and it's a total pain. But with AI, it's so simple. First, you just gather up the key data points you care about for a company and its main competitors. Stuff like PE ratios, growth rates, market share. Then, you just feed all that raw data to the AI and ask it to make you a table. And boom, it instantly organizes everything for you, making it super easy to spot who's got the edge and where the weaknesses are.
So, what does this all mean for you? Look, this is way more than just a few neat tricks. Using AI this way it's a fundamental shift in how an individual can approach investing. It really does level the playing field. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. This is not about letting a robot make your decisions for you, not at all. It's about letting the AI handle the grunt work, all that tedious data sifting and summarizing, so that you can free up your brain for what actually matters, the high-level strategy, the interpretation, and of course, making that final call. Think of it as your co-pilot. So this is your new edge. You're basically trading hours of boring, tedious research for more time to actually think strategically.
You're getting access to a level of analysis that, frankly, used to be just for the big Wall Street firms. At the end of the day, this whole approach just makes you a sharper, more efficient, and way more informed investor.
And that really leads to the most important question, doesn't it? By automating the what, you finally free yourself up to focus on the so what. With all that busy work off your plate, what are the deeper questions you're going to ask? What new strategies are you going to have time to explore? That, to me, is the most exciting part of this whole new frontier.